Blaine, great to see you. How
What's
you
up,
doing?
Blaine?
Good. What's up, guys?
Hey, we're just reveling in the fact that BYU's 5-0 with a chance to get bowl eligible 6 games into the season.
Forgot about that.
If they beat Arizona. So, Blaine, off the top, why do you like BYU's chances against Arizona?
I feel like BYU's been a little more tested than Arizona at this point. They've been on the road an additional game. So Arizona's played primarily at home. The one game they've had on the road, they lost. BYU's got 2 road wins. So they've been in a tough environment and tested a little bit more. I think the level of talent that they've played, you could make an argument that BYU's level of talent they play is a little bit better. And I think that BYU has they had a great game plan to defend Noah Fifita the last time they played last year. And I think that game plan still applies, with the exception that they don't have McMillan lining up at wide receiver, who honestly, guys, last year, outside of Travis Hunter, I think that was the best football player BYU played against last year, was Arizona's McMillan. He was phenomenal. Like, even if you had him one-on-one covered, he was open because he was just going to catch everything and moss people all over the field. So I just feel like the combination of the tests that BYU's had and their understanding of the best way to defend Noah Fifita gives them a slight edge in this one, and I think they've got a chance to win it because of that.
7 games left in the regular season. Aaron Roderick said on Coordinator's Corner he thinks the next 6 are the toughest 6-game stretch in BYU history. So talking about the remaining 7, what's your fair expectation for BYU's record in that? Because the schedule gets significantly tougher.
Yeah, and we didn't know that the way it was setting up that it was going to be like this, right? Because there's some teams like Cincinnati. Guys, Cincinnati looks really good.
Yeah.
That's so there's some surprises. Arizona, this is a test this week. That before the season we were like, they just weren't that good last year. Did they make a jump forward? So a couple of these games going into the season that we kind of penciled in as, okay, those are BYU should have the upper hand in those. Now you start to go, whoa, those 2 teams on the road. So what do I expect? I expect BYU to win at least 9 games overall in the regular season this year. So I expect them to find at least 3 more, minimum. I think they will get to 10. Just because I feel like this defense is good enough that they're going to be in games. And I feel like Bear continues to learn every single game. He had a couple of unique turnovers in this last game, his first 2 really, but both were great learning opportunities for him. He's such a smart player that he doesn't make the same mistake twice. If he makes a mistake, he learns from it and then he doesn't repeat it, which is a wonderful thing for a young quarterback, right? So I think he's going to just continue to get better. And as he gets better and BYU takes care of the ball, now you put the pressure on that defense. I like the pressure on that defense. I think they're good enough to be in every single solitary game down the stretch. So 9, I think we should celebrate. 10, I do not think is out of the question. 8, to me, I know a lot of people are saying 8. To me, that's a little bit of a disappointment based on how good this defense is and how far Bear Bachmeier's come along.
That would be awesome if they get to 10. That's incredible. Jack Kelly's banged up. Isaiah Glasker could have come back in but sat out with an injury. If those guys aren't 100%, does that change the number?
The thing that they bring is they just don't hesitate. They have tremendous speed. But you know what? BYU across the board at that linebacker position has probably got as much speed as anybody in the country, especially when you have Isaiah and Jack out there. But Ace and Micah Kafusi can run. Alford can run. Sialia Serra at 250 pounds, I think he runs as well as any 250-pounder in the country. So you don't lose a ton of speed when you get into the depth at linebacker position. But what you lose is that just flat out confidence that those 2 guys play with, where they make the read and they go. The quarterback brace containment, they trigger and they run the quarterback down. And part of it is their flat out speed, but the other guys have that. The other part is they read their keys and immediately, bam, they're out. And when they come out, they just close so quickly that the quarterbacks don't have a chance. You need that against the quarterbacks they played. Now Noah's a little bit different in that he kind of scrambles around to buy time to throw it. Like he may scramble and get some yards, but he's not the guy. He's not the guy's going to run 37 yards down the field in the run game against you. He just uses his feet in such a great way to buy extra time to get the ball downfield. So it's a little bit different challenge this week. So there's a drop off. Like, to say there's no drop off if you don't have those two guys is silly. They may be the best outside linebacker combo in the country, period. And so there's going to be a drop off, but the drop off's not as big as people might think, because they're loaded with talent at that position, as deep as any position group on the field. And you guys put that group up that backs them up. Those are some really talented players. Those are the Isaiah Glaskers and Jack Kellys in the next couple of years. And you guys have already mentioned it. Isaiah is very likely to play because he wanted to come back in, but I think they made almost like a coach's decision. Hey, you've been nursing a sore ankle. You got this thing that just happened. We've got this game. Let's sit you so you're healthy for this crazy stretch run. So I think that we're most likely going to see him, and he'll be able to be at normal speed. And Jack, I think this is the day by day to see how serious this thing is. But all indications are it's not a season-ending injury for Jack. So when does he come back? Is it this week? Is it 2 weeks from now? Or is it 4 or 5 weeks from now? That could change my projection by a game or two, depending on when he comes back. So that's a long answer to say, yeah, it changes it.
Yes. Blaine Fowler delivering the goods. Always good to have you on the show. Blaine, let's do it again soon.
Yeah, good to talk to you guys.
Thanks, Blaine.